Hello students, hope all of you are doing perfectly well. We are continuing our series of me explaining to you the chapter of partnership final accounts. If you have for some reason missed out the previous lectures which are live presently on the YouTube channel, I will be providing you a card for which you can click it, and accordingly you will be connected to the previous 3 videos which has been put up, which explains the theory element of final accounts. Today, as and when we go ahead in this video, we will be solving our first non-textbook based sum. I am not taking our first few sums from the textbook for the simple reason the adjustments and the level of these questions from the textbook is a little bit high. So we will start with some very simple and basic questions. So I have created a sum. In some time we will be starting with it. Before that, let me very quickly go through with you what will be the flow of final accounts. Meaning to say, क्योंकि अलग अलग पार्ट्स है फाइनल अकाउंट्स के अंदर, मेरा मतलब ये है फाइनल अकाउंट्स में जैसे आपके स्क्रीन पे आपको दिख रहा है, द फर्स्ट अकाउंट इज ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट, सेकेंड इज प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट, third is the new account which is called as partners capital account, and after that you end with balance sheet, so that there is clarity at the end of the solution कौन सा आंसर कहाँ पे जाएगा. I have very quickly put up this particular PowerPoint presentation for you. So in trading account, the answer that you get which is similar to 11th standard is called as gross profit. यहाँ से gross profit उठ के प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट में जाएगा क्रेडिट साइड पे. इसके बाद प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट टैली होगा और उसमें जो आंसर आएगा दैट इज कॉल्ड एज नेट प्रॉफिट. नेट प्रॉफिट यू विल ट्रांसफर टू द न्यू अकाउंट ऑन द क्रेडिट साइड विच इज पार्टनर्स कैपिटल अकाउंट. देयर इट विल बी कॉल्ड एज नेट प्रॉफिट ब्रॉट डाउन, एंड फ्रॉम हियर द आंसर दैट यू गेट will be called as capital carried down, and this capital will be transferred to the liability side. So this particular flow will be followed at the end of every solution. It will be a little different if instead of profit you will be getting a loss answer. That we will understand as and when it creeps up into different questions. Okay, this is our first question right in front of you. I'll very quickly read it so it's convenient for you to understand. Dayaram and Kashmira are partners sharing profit and losses in the ratio of 1:1. Please note, every question in final accounts will have minimum 2 people, 2 persons as partners, and there will always be a profit sharing ratio. In this sum it is 1:1, which means half and half. From the following trial balance and additional information, prepare trading and profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March 2019 and balance sheet as on that date. Final accounts is always prepared for 1 year, exactly for 12 months. And those 12 months start on 1st April 2018 and they end on 31st March 2019 in this particular sum. Now the question of final accounts is made up of 2 parts. The first part is called as trial balance. Trial balance is a very simple statement in which there are debit balances and credit balances. On the debit balances side, you will generally get expenses and assets. On the credit balance side, you will generally get incomes and liabilities. So there is a list of debit items, there is a list of credit items, at the end of which the grand total is the same. In this trial balance, it is 5,15,000. After trial balance, what you get is adjustments. In this sum, like I've said, we have taken very simple adjustments. There are 4 of them. We will be coming to them in some amount of time. Before we go ahead, let me clarify this. There are 4 steps whenever you are starting a final account sum. It is my request so that there is a discipline that you follow, whether you're doing a simple level sum, a medium level sum, or a complicated level sum. Always follow certain guidelines that will help you make sure that you are able to successfully tally that question at the end of it. There are 4 steps in this chapter of final accounts. The first one is step 1, which is called as mark the trial balance. So we'll be only concentrating on that right now. Let us get started. So the trial balance has 2 sides, debit and credit side. By markings, what do I mean? Certain items will go to trading account. Some of them will go to profit and loss account. Some of them are assets, liabilities, and the new account that we are learning, some of them will go to partners capital account. Let me take up individual items, and when I'm going through them, I'll very quickly go through the explanation. Why is this particular item placed in this particular account, and why is this item placed in that particular account? Okay, so the first one, in a similar manner in 11th standard where you did markings in the textbook, I will also give you the markings in this particular question. The first one is stock. Now there are 2 stocks in every final accounts question. First is opening stock and the other is closing stock. If you look at it, the date is 1st 4. That means it is 1st April. So everything on 1st is going to be called as opening stock. Stock is a part of godown and godown is a part of trading account. Therefore, opening stock will be transferred to the trading account. Okay, so this is our marking, trading account for opening stock. The second item is bill receivable. Now, when the word is receivable, it means it is future tense. It is a future use item. So, anything receivable is an asset. आपको कुछ मिलने वाला है, मतलब वो हमारा है इसके लिए. तो बिल रिसीवेबल या कोई भी चीज जो रिसीवेबल होती है वो हमेशा एक एसेट होती है. इसके लिए इसका मार्किंग एसेट है. Next item you see on screen is wages. Wages is the pagar that you pay to workers who go to work in the production area. And like I've explained to you previously, trading account means the production area. अगर आप wages नहीं दोगे तो production बंद हो जाएगा. इसके लिए wages को हम कहाँ पे ट्रांसफर करते हैं? ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट में ट्रांसफर करते हैं. तो इसका मार्किंग ट्रेडिंग होता है. Next is sundry debtors. Sundry simply means many items put together. The important thing is debtors. Debtors are customers. अगर debtors है हमारे पास, customers है, तो ही फ्यूचर में हमको फायदा हो सकता है, तो ही फ्यूचर में हमको पैसे मिलने वाले हैं, क्योंकि कस्टमर होता है जो हमको फ्यूचर में पैसे देता है. तो जब भी फ्यूचर में पैसे मिलते हैं, फायदा मिलता है, तो वो एसेट होता है. तो डेटर्स की मार्किंग जो होती है वो एसेट की होती है. बैड डेट. बैड डेट का मतलब क्या है? कस्टमर पैसे लेके भाग गया तो आपका लॉस हो चुका है. बैड डेट कब होता है? प्रोडक्शन के बाद होता है, पोस्ट प्रोडक्शन. प्रोडक्शन के पहले फैक्ट्री में लिखना है, प्रोडक्शन के बाद आपको प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट में लिखना है. इसके लिए बैड डेट हम प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस में लिखेंगे. हम लोग एक फॉर्मूला आपको पढ़ाया है जिसका नाम है बन्नो, 11th स्टैंडर्ड में, BANO. मैंने अभी तक उसके बारे में डिटेल में कुछ बताया नहीं है, आगे आने वाले 1-2 सम में बता दूंगा. बट प्लीज रिमेंबर, दिस इज अ पोस्ट प्रोडक्शन आइटम एंड देयरफॉर इट विल गो टू प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट. Purchases means you are purchasing raw material. That is normally done in a godown. Godown is connected to the factory. Therefore, purchases, it's a fixed item. When you prepare a format, purchases को पहले से ही हमने ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट में लिख के रखा है, तो आपको ये से वहां पर ट्रांसफर कर देना है. मोटर कार, कोई भी गाड़ी होगी, छोटी बड़ी, आप काफी सालों तक उसको यूज करते हो, तो एक गाड़ी आपको, आपके फैमिली मेंबर्स को फ्यूचर में भी फायदा देती है. तो एनी आइटम जो आपको फ्यूचर में फायदा देता है वो हमेशा एक एसेट होता है. मशीनरी, जैसे पहले बताया है मैंने आपको, मशीनरी घर के अंदर एयर कंडीशनर हो सकता है, वॉशिंग मशीन हो सकता है, रेफ्रिजरेटर हो सकता है, स्विंग मशीन हो सकता है, मोबाइल हो सकता है. दीज ऑल डिफरेंट डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ मशीन्स एंड दे आर यूजफुल टू यू. आपको काम आता है, आपको फायदा मिलता है, इसके लिए आप आपके घर में इसको रखते हो, तो ये एसेट होता है, फ्यूचर बेनिफिट, आगे काम आता है. ऑडिट फीस. व्हाट डज ऑडिट फीस मीन? ऑडिट फीस वो फीस होते हैं जो आप चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट को देते हो, क्योंकि वो ऑफिस में आके चेकिंग करता है, अकाउंट्स का चेकिंग करता है. तो ऑडिट फीस ऑफिस के साथ कनेक्टेड है, इसके लिए आप उसको प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट में लिखोगे. सेल्स रिटर्न, जो भी आप बेचते हो कस्टमर्स को, कभी कभी उसमें से कुछ सामान खराब निकलता है, इसके लिए वो वापस आ जाता है, उसको सेल्स रिटर्न कहते हैं, या कुछ क्वेश्चंस में उसको रिटर्न इनवर्ड भी कहते हैं. सेल्स रिटर्न इज टू बी सब्ट्रैक्टेड फ्रॉम सेल्स व्हिच इज अ पार्ट ऑफ ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट. देयरफॉर सेल्स रिटर्न इज कनेक्टेड टू सेल्स एंड दैट विल आल्सो गो टू ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट. डिस्काउंट, लाइक प्रीवियसली मेंशन, डिस्काउंट इज अ मेंटल कैलकुलेशन. आपको माइंड का यूज करना पड़ता है डिस्काउंट का कैलकुलेशन करने के लिए, और वो सारा काम, माइंड का काम ऑफिस में होता है. ऑफिस का मतलब प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट. नाउ प्लीज डोंट वरी, सर डिस्काउंट डेबिट में लिखूं कि क्रेडिट में लिखूं. Very simple. We are on the debit side. Every item is going to be transferred to the debit side. अगर हमको उल्टा करना पड़े, like sales return, actually debit में है पर credit में जाएगा, तो credit में जाने पर वो subtract हो जाता है. So every item on the debit will be transferred to the debit. Every item on the credit will be transferred to the credit. कुछ exception होते हैं, like sales return, purchase return, इनका क्रॉस कनेक्शन होता है. सेल्स रिटर्न दिया डेबिट में है, जाएगा क्रेडिट में, तो वो वहां पे सब्ट्रैक्ट हो जाएगा. बिल्डिंग तो सैकड़ों साल में आप रहते हो, काफी लोग रहते हैं, अगर कंस्ट्रक्शन इसकी अच्छी है तो ये काफी सालों तक काम आएगा. जितने भी फोर्ट्स के बारे में, किलों के बारे में आपने पिक्चर्स में देखा है, आप कभी गए होंगे, तो ये काफी साल, सैकड़ों साल पुराने हैं. So they last for many years. जो भी राजा महाराजाओं ने वो फोर्ट्स का, उन किलों का कंस्ट्रक्शन किया था, वो तो रहे ही है, उनके बाद उनके काफी जेनरेशंस भी वहां पर रहे हैं. तो बिल्डिंग का फायदा काफी टाइम तक होता है, काफी सालों तक होता है, तो वो एक एसेट होता है. नेक्स्ट इज कैश एट बैंक. अगर बैंक में पैसा रहेगा तो आप जो चाहो अमेजोन से, फ्लिपकार्ट से, या जहां से भी खरीद सकते हो. सारी चीजें घर पर डिलीवर हो जाएगी, वैसे वो कपड़े हो, पहनने को सामान हो, मोबाइल फोन हो. तो बैंक में जब पैसा रहता है तो वो फायदेमंद है. आप, अगर आपके रिश्तेदार को पैसे चाहिए तो आप कुछ ही सेकेंड्स में अलग अलग इक्विपमेंट्स के द्वारा आप वो ट्रांसफर बैंक से, एक बैंक से दूसरे बैंक में कर सकते हो. तो कैश एट बैंक आपको बेनिफिट देता है, देयरफॉर वो एक एसेट है। डेबिट का लास्ट आइटम रॉयल्टीज। रॉयल्टीज क्या होता है? एक एक्सपेंस है और ये खर्चा है। कब करना पड़ता है? आप तब ये रॉयल्टीज का खर्चा करोगे जब प्रोडक्शन के पहले इसकी जरूरत पड़ती है। मैंने पहले आपको एग्जांपल दिया है, रिपीट कर देता हूं मैं कि रॉयल्टीज आपको किसको देनी है। अगर आप गाने की शूटिंग कर रहे हो तो जिसने गाना लिखा है आपको उसको पैसे देने पड़ेंगे। अगर आप पिक्चर बना रहे हो तो आप किसी की कहानी आपने ली है, किताब से आपने कहानी ली है, तो जो लेखक है, ऑथर है, आपको उसको पैसे जाके देने पड़ेंगे। आप में से काफी लोगों ने हैरी पॉटर के काफी सारे पिक्चर्स देखे रहेंगे, तो उनकी जो लेखिका है, ऑथर J.K. रोलिंग, जो प्रोड्यूसर है हैरी पॉटर का, उनको पहले ऑथर के पास जाना पड़ा, पैसे देने पड़े, जिसका नाम है रॉयल्टी। मतलब शूटिंग के पहले ही, प्रोडक्शन के पहले ही रॉयल्टीज का पेमेंट होता है। तो ये बिफोर प्रोडक्शन होता है, देयरफॉर ये ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट में जाता है। So these are all your debit items which have been marked. Now we are going to start the credit side. Everything in the credit will be transferred either to trading credit, profit and loss credit, or the balance sheet liability side. The first item that you have is capital. Capital means owner's money, and everything connected to owners, partners, will be transferred to partners capital account. Therefore, Dayaram's capital will go to partners capital, and Kashmira's capital will also go to partners capital. The next item that we have is creditors. What does creditors mean? People that we have promised to pay, payable, कि कल आना और तुम्हारा पैसा लेकर जाना, तो कल payable है, future payable, that is called as a liability. Therefore, the marking is liabilities. Sales, products, goods that you sell from your factory, that is going to be the trading account. Therefore, sales which is already written in the trading account on the credit side will be transferred to trading account. Purchase return means what? What we buy is purchases, it's connected to the trading account, and from that, if certain part of products are not of good quality, defective, we give it back. So where you write purchases, at the same place below that you will be writing purchase return, trading account. Discount is a mental calculation. Therefore, the mind work is done in office, which is profit and loss account. Therefore, it is profit and loss. What does bank loan mean? Money that you have taken today from the bank, but tomorrow, in future, it is payable once again. Therefore, it is liability. The next part of final accounts question is adjustments. Adjustments are of two different varieties. Some adjustments you have to do a star marking, and for some adjustments there is no need for any star marking. First adjustment is called as closing stock. Every adjustment is going to have two effects, one debit, one credit. First effect, second effect. Closing stock, you don't have to put any star marking. Later on I will show you where we write closing stock. Below that we have depreciation, building and machinery. We have done a full chapter based on the concept of depreciation in 11th standard. When you see this adjustment, depreciate building, you have to put 1 star for building, and machinery, then you have to put 1 star for machinery. 1 star means later on in the solution we have to leave one line. Third adjustment is goods worth 1000 and 2000 were taken by Dayaram and Kashmira. They are the owners. Whenever the owner takes something from the business, that is called as drawings. For this adjustment, no star markings are required. So please don't worry for that. Fourth adjustment is outstanding audit fees. Outstanding audit fees will be solving afterwards in the sum, but whenever you see the word outstanding, you have to be marking that particular expense. In this sum it is audit fees. This is going to be our first step. So out of the 4 steps, we have finished our first step, which is mark the trial balance. Okay students, we are starting with our second step, which is called as empty the trial balance. Before you do empty the trial balance, you have to make sure that in the different accounts that has the format which has been provided to you, certain elements, certain words have to be already written. For example, in trading account, at the very top in the books of the owners, in this sum it is Dayaram and Kashmira, the year end it should be written, which is 31st March 2019. Debit side, opening stock, purchases minus purchase return. In other words, it is also called as return outward. On the credit side, sales minus sales return, which is also called as return inward. At the very end of it, you should be writing by closing stock. These are all formalities of presentation, but it has to be done in advance so that you save some time when you're doing step number 2. Second is profit and loss account. Again, at the top, you have to write the year ending 31st March 2019, and you have to write this particular formula, which is the bad debt formula. Bad debt, additional bad debt, new RDD minus old RDD. And we write something called as TAT, T-A-A-T. I will get into more details about this formula, but in future sums. In this sum, do not worry about what is the meaning of this particular formula. The third thing that you have to be aware is the partners capital account has to have the name of the partners. Please do not write rupees in these particular columns. It is meant for the names. The very first line should have by balance brought down. Now what do I mean by balance brought down? Balance means this is the capital of the owners and it will be readily given in the question. We have to transfer the capital from the question in this first line as by balance brought down. Below is your balance sheet. Again, in the books of balance sheet as on. Very important. Balance sheet is never for the year ended because it is not prepared for the year ended. It is only on one single day. Therefore, it must have as on 31st of March 2019. After all of these formalities for presentations are done, then we can get ahead with step number 2, which is to empty every word which has been written in the trial balance. So let us get started. Okay, the first one is stock, which is opening stock. You will transfer this to the trading account in the outer column, 30,000. The second item is bills receivable, which is an asset. Therefore, you will go to the balance sheet and write it on the asset side, 20,000. The next is wages, which is trading account. Therefore, you will go to the trading account and here on the debit side write wages, 10,000. The next item is debtors, which is 1 lakh. You have to go to the balance sheet and write 1 lakh rupees. Presently, I have not given any adjustments concerning sundry debtors. As in when sums go ahead and they get a little bit complicated, I will introduce the little bit complicated adjustments. In this sum, I have tried to keep it a bit simple. Next item is bad debts, 1,000. You have to go to profit and loss account. There's a formula called as bad debt formula. In that the first line says bad debt. So in this you have to transfer. Please note in the inner column. The whole formula comes in the inner column. After it is solved, the answer will go to the outer column. The next item is purchases. It says trading account. It has to go to the trading account. So trading account inner column 1 lakh. The next is motor car 60,000. This is a balance sheet item asset. 60,000. The next is machinery, which is 1 lakh. This is again an asset. Now please note, you should have noticed that there was a star besides this, meaning there was an adjustment for it. So you are not supposed to write it in the outer column, but in the inner column. And you should leave a line. Whenever you see a star marked item, it has to come in the inner column. Leave a line, draw a line. The next is audit fees, which is a profit and loss account item. Debit side, inner column. Again, there was a star marking to it. It means there was an adjustment. Leave a line, draw a line. Next is sales return. Please note, this is on the debit side, but when it is transferred to the trading account, it is written on the credit side. It is subtracted from sales. Therefore, it is subtracted. Inner column. Next item is discount. This is a mind work, therefore it was profit and loss account. We have to write it in P&L. Debit side, 2000. If there is no star, you have to write it in the outer column. Building, it has a star marking, it's an asset. Inner column, leave a line, draw a line. Cash at bank, that will be an asset. It will therefore go to the asset side, outer column. And royalties, 3000. It is trading account, therefore it should go to trading account, outer column. Now we are going to start with the credit side. The first item is Dayaram's capital, which is 1 lakh rupees. This should be transferred to the balance sheet on the credit side. Anything connected to the partners should always be transferred to the partner's capital account. Unlike what you did in 11th standard, where the capital was directly transferred to the balance sheet. Please don't do that this year. It will be going to the partner's capital account. After this was Kashmira, which is 1 lakh. Next is creditors. Creditors is also a liability. Therefore, it will go to the balance sheet, liability side, 50,000. Please note, always leave around 4 to 5 lines on the liability side, since we are going to be writing an answer here later. Next is sales. It says trading account, which is to be transferred here, 2 lakh. 2 lakh minus 3000 can be done right now, or it can be done later also. I tend to prefer to do the plus and minus later, so I will be doing it after some time. Next is purchase return, which is also trading account. Again, this is on the credit side, but then it has to be deducted from the debit side from purchases. So because it was a credit item bought on the debit side, you are supposed to subtract it. Next is discount. It is a mind work, that means to say it is an office item, P&L, 5,000. This is on the credit side. First line is generally to be left, since an answer called as gross profit is to be written here later. Next is bank loan, which is a liability. This is transferred to the balance sheet. Now that we have finished all our markings, we have made sure that step 2 is over. Now is our step 3, which is called as solve adjustments. So after every trial balance in a final accounts question, you will be having adjustments, maybe sometimes 4, 5 or 6. What is different about adjustment, students? You have to remember that everything that appears in the adjustment has to be written twice. One debit effect, one credit effect. So there will be always a first effect and always a second effect. So the first adjustment says closing stock 50,000. Now what does closing stock mean? The goods that is remaining in the godown at the end of the year, that is called as closing stock. So because opening stock comes in the trading account, closing stock appears in the trading account but on the credit side. It's a fixed item. It will always come as the last item on the credit side. 50,000. Now this is first effect. Now please understand, if you look right above, this is a credit side. So this is a credit effect. Now we have to give a debit effect. Now if you think about it, closing stock का बिजनेसमैन करता क्या है? अगर कोई मोबाइल बेचता है तो कुछ मोबाइल्स बच जाएंगे दुकान में. अगर कोई लेट्स से किसी भी तरह का फूड ग्रेन्स बेचता है, चावल बेचता है, जवार बेचता है, तो वो फूड ग्रेन्स भी बच जाएंगे. वो सामान जो बच जाता है उसके दुकान में शाम को, रात को, उसको कहते हैं क्लोजिंग स्टॉक. कल उसी सामान को वो बेचेगा और फिर उससे वो पैसे कमाएगा, तो उसको फायदा मिलेगा कल इस क्लोजिंग स्टॉक का. तो क्योंकि कल फ्यूचर बेनिफिट है, इसको सेकेंड इफेक्ट के लिए बैलेंस शीट में लिखा जाता है एसेट साइड पे. तो ये हो गए टू इफेक्ट्स क्लोजिंग स्टॉक के. ये सेम है अगर आप 20 सम्स करो, 30 सम्स करो फाइनल अकाउंट्स में, सेम दो इफेक्ट आपको हमेशा क्लोजिंग स्टॉक के देने हैं. नेक्स्ट एडजस्टमेंट है डेप्रीशिएट. डेप्रीशिएट बिल्डिंग एंड मशीनरी बाय 10%. प्लीज नोट, जब भी 10% आपको दिखाई दे, आपको याद रखना है हाउ डू आई फाइंड 10%. जो भी नंबर का आप 10% ढूंढ रहे हो, उस नंबर का लास्ट का जीरो निकाल दो, आपको 10% आ जाएगा. डेप्रीशिएट का मतलब क्या होता है? व्हेनेवर यू यूज योर एसेट, वो एसेट जो यूज होने की वजह से उसका वैल्यू कम होता है, उसको कहते हैं डेप्रीशिएट. तो डेप्रीशिएट का सबसे पहला इफेक्ट है सब्ट्रैक्शन का. कहां से सब्ट्रैक्ट करोगे? ये डेप्रीशिएट बिल्डिंग है, मतलब बिल्डिंग से आपको सब्ट्रैक्ट करना है, और बिल्डिंग बैलेंस शीट में आता है. तो बिल्डिंग के नीचे आपको 10% डेप्रीसिएशन लिखना है. ये फर्स्ट इफेक्ट है. जैसे मैंने कहा 70,000 का आप 10% ढूंढ रहे हो, लास्ट का जीरो निकालो, आपको 7,000 मिलेगा जो 10% है. और उसी में कहा था 10% मशीनरी. तो फ्रॉम मशीनरी आपको 10% डेप्रीसिएशन उस नंबर का माइनस करना है. बिकॉज इट इज 1 लाख, लास्ट का जीरो आप निकालोगे तो आपको 10,000 मिल जाएगा. ये हो गया फर्स्ट इफेक्ट. नाउ प्लीज नोट, ये फर्स्ट इफेक्ट है. तो सेकेंड इफेक्ट कहां पे आएगा? नाउ आपने क्या आपका मसल यूज किया, क्या आपका माइंड यूज किया ये 7,000 और 10,000 कैलकुलेट करने के लिए? डेफिनेटली इसके लिए मसल की जरूरत नहीं है, दिमाग की जरूरत है. और जो दिमाग का काम है वो कहां पर होता है? वो होता है ऑफिस के अंदर, मतलब P&L अकाउंट. तो इसका सेकेंड इफेक्ट आएगा P&L अकाउंट में डेबिट साइड पे. बिल्डिंग 7,000, मशीनरी 10,000. ये हो गया सेकेंड इफेक्ट डेप्रीसिएशन का. ओके, प्लीज नोट, ये जो डेप्रीसिएशन है यहां पर आप देखो इट इज अ डेबिट इफेक्ट. एंड अगर आप बैलेंस शीट में जाओ तो एसेट्स जहां पर ये डेप्रीसिएशन लिखा है वो भी डेबिट है. प्लीज कंफ्यूज मत होना, एसेट में ये दिखता डेबिट है बट यहां पे क्या लिखा है? माइनस. माइनस मींस ये डेबिट नहीं है, ये एक्चुअली क्रेडिट इफेक्ट है. तो P&L में डेप्रीसिएशन डेबिट होता है और बैलेंस शीट में जब उसको सब्ट्रैक्ट करते हैं डेबिट साइड से, एसेट डेबिट साइड से, तो एक्चुअली वो क्रेडिट होता है। तो इसका एक इफेक्ट डेबिट है और दूसरा इफेक्ट क्रेडिट है। थर्ड एडजस्टमेंट, goods worth 1000 and 2000 were taken by Dayaram and Kashmira respectively। अब ये कोई रास्ते चलते हुए लोग नहीं है, ये मालिक है इस बिजनेस के। उन्होंने गुड्स, हो सकता है अपने घर के लिए, अपने घर वालों के लिए कुछ सामान ले लिया। पहला वर्ड जो है गुड्स, वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, क्योंकि गुड्स का कोई भी काम ऑफिस में पीएनएल में नहीं होता। जैसे ही आपको गुड्स दिखाई दे, सबसे पहले आपको ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट में जाना है। गुड्स लेके गए मतलब क्रेडिट व्हाट गोज आउट, तो फर्स्ट इफेक्ट यहां पर आएगा। गुड्स टेकन, ये फर्स्ट इफेक्ट हो गया। दयाराम ने 1000 के गुड्स लिए, कश्मीरा ने 2000 के गुड्स लिए, ये फर्स्ट इफेक्ट है। सेकेंड इफेक्ट, जब भी एक ओनर गुड्स लेकर जाता है तो वो ड्रॉइंग्स कहते हैं, और ओनर से कनेक्टेड सारी चीजें पार्टनर्स कैपिटल अकाउंट में हम लिखते हैं। तो ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट में ये फर्स्ट इफेक्ट था क्रेडिट साइड पे, और पार्टनर्स कैपिटल अकाउंट में वो आएगा डेबिट साइड पे। I repeat, trading account में goods taken by the owners is written on the credit side, and the second effect is balance sheet debit side. Drawings is fixed, ये हमेशा यहीं पे आता है और कभी चेंज नहीं होता है। Next, which is the last, outstanding audit fees. Firstly, please understand what is the meaning of outstanding word. कभी कभी कुछ लोग आपके घर में आकर काम करते हैं, हो सकता है प्लम्बर आया काम करके गया, कारपेंटर आया काम करके गया, एंड आपने उनको उनका पेमेंट नहीं किया, उनका जो भी चार्जेस का पेमेंट था, और आप उनसे कहते हो कि कल आके आपका पैसा लेके जाओ। तो ये जो कल आके पैसा लेके जाओ, दिस इज कॉल्ड एज आउटस्टैंडिंग। कम टुमारो एंड टेक योर मनी, तो ये पेएबल होता है। काम आज इन्होंने किया है, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, काम इन्होंने आज किया है, तो ये है तो आज का खर्चा, पर इसका पेमेंट आप कल करोगे। ये जो आउटस्टैंडिंग है ये कनेक्टेड है ऑडिट फीस से, जो लिखा है पीएनएल में। तो सबसे पहले जाना है पीएनएल में, और क्योंकि ये आज का खर्चा है आपको करना है प्लस। वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि आउटस्टैंडिंग कोई भी खर्चा है वो आज का होता है, इसके लिए उसको प्लस करना पड़ता है। ये हो गया फर्स्ट इफेक्ट। और दूसरा इफेक्ट लाइबिलिटी साइड। क्यों लाइबिलिटी साइड? बिकॉज यू हैव प्रॉमिस टू पे, आपने वादा किया है कल आओ और आपका पैसा लेकर जाओ। तो ये आपकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, जिम्मेदारी जो आपको पूरी करनी है। तो इससे हमारा जो थर्ड स्टेप है वो पूरा हो गया। Okay students, now we are in the fourth step, which is the final step. We have got to tally all the accounts and the balance sheet. In this, we will not be doing accounts as such, but more of maths, plus and minus. Before we start the tally part, we have to make sure that in the entire solution, everything written in the inner column has been transferred to the outer column, because marks are not allocated for numbers written in the inner column. So let's check. Trading account, purchase minus purchase return gives us 96,000. Sales 2 lakh minus 3,000 gives us 197. Goods taken 3,000. Profit and loss account, audit fees 5,000. In this bad debt formula, we do not have anything after bad debt. So very simple, we will just transfer the answer to the outer column. Next is depreciation. We go to the balance sheet. In partners capital account, we do not have any maths to be done. In the balance sheet, on the asset side, here 90,000, Then from building 63,000. Now that everything has been confirmed to be transferred from the inner column to the outer column, we will start the procedure for tally. For that, please go to the trading account. I am showing this as simple language and in as simple steps as possible in this particular sum, because this is the very first sum that we are solving. Obviously, as and when you get better at this, you don't have to be doing all of these steps. You can follow your quick method also. So the first thing that we do when you do tally is to find out the total of the debit and the total of the credit. So we start. The credit total is 2,50,000. Please note, this is rough solution, meaning to say this is something that you are doing in pencil. Then on the debit side, the total is 1,39,000. Again, this is something that you do in pencil. This is for your benefit. It is not to be exactly or to be shown to the examiner as such. Okay. Now, when you're doing this is casting process. You have a total of the debit and you have a total of the credit. What is the next thing that you do? You write the heavier side on both the side. Obviously 2,50,000 total is the heavier side, so it will appear in the grand total of credit and the grand total of debit. Credit and debit. What is the next thing that you do? 2,50,000 after subtracted from 1,39,000 gives you the difference, which is 1,11,000. Now the question mark is, what is 1,11,000? Credits are incomes, so 2,50,000 was income. Debits are expenses, so 1,39,000 was expenses. So income is more, expenses less. Therefore your answer on the debit side for the difference of 1,11,000 has to be gross profit carried down. So trading account many times ends with gross profit. This gross profit carried down has to be then carried to the next account, to the credit side. Now we have to do the same casting process, which is the totaling process in profit and loss account, for which again you will find the total of the credit and you will find the total of the debit. Again, this is whatever I am showing in the yellowed colored part. Please note that is the rough work, which is to be done by pencil by you. So the total of the credit side is 1,16,000, the rough total. And on the debit side it is 25,000. Again, in casting the heavier side, which is 1,16,000, that will be written in the grand total of both the sides. Credit total, debit total. Now credit 1,16,000 minus 25,000 of the debit should give you an answer, which is the difference of 91,000. 91,000 is what? Again, credit means incomes and gains, debit is expenses and losses. So income is more, expense is less, meaning your answer is going to be net profit. The answer in profit and loss account is called as net profit. Very important, this business in this sum has two partners, Dayaram and Kashmira. So 91,000 has to be split in both the partners in something called as their profit sharing ratio, which was at the beginning of the sum shown to you as 1:1, which means half and half. So when you do that multiplication of 91,000 into half, you get the following answers, Dayaram and Kashmira. For Dayaram, the multiplication is 91,000 into half, which is 45,500. For Kashmira, it is also 91,000 into half, which is 45,500. So in every sum, whenever you get net profit, it will belong to two partners. There will always be an ratio. You have to multiply with the ratio and then split the profit in both the partners. From here, which is the debit side, you will transfer the net profit to the next account, which is the partners capital account, to the credit side. So by net profit brought down, here you will give Dayaram his share, you will give Kashmira his share, her share. After this is done, you have to do casting for this account, which is again totaling. You have to find the rough total for Dayaram credit, Kashmira credit, debit and debit. They are very simple, but because this is the first sum, I am following the process of showing you the rough figures in the yellow cells. So here goes. For Kashmira it is 145,500. For Dayaram it is again 145,500 credit totals. Now on the debit side, it is for Kashmira 2000 and for Dayaram it is 1000. After this you do casting, meaning one partner at one time. So for Dayaram 145,500 credit and debit. You have to find out a difference. This is the heavier side. It will come in the grand total of both of Dayaram's column. Credit, debit, and then the difference 145,500 minus 1000. Please note again, this 1000 is a rough total of what has been written. There is only a single 1000, so the total also is 1000. The difference is what appears here, which is 145,500. We do the same process even for Kashmira. So her total is 145,500. Okay, I'm sorry about this. The difference for Dayaram was 144,500, after which you find out the total of Kashmira, which is 145,500, and again you write it on the debit side, and then for Kashmira 145,500 minus 2000 will give you a difference of 143,500. Both these numbers are called as to balance carried down. Please understand, in partners capital account you had written balance brought down. This is the partners opening capital, the capital on the first day, and at the end of the sum you get the capital at the end, which is called as balance carried down. So this is called as opening capital, this is called as closing capital, and the closing capital is what is transferred to the balance sheet, because the balance sheet is prepared on the closing day. So this balance is written on the debit side, and in the balance sheet liabilities are credit. So from the debit you have to transfer now to the credit, which is liability side. So this is what we do. And how do we present it? We write capitals. These capitals are of Dayaram 144,500 and of Kashmira 143,500. The total of which we transfer to the outer column 2,88,000. Since we have finished the casting almost till the end, the only thing that remains right now is to tally, find out the totals of liabilities and assets in the balance sheet, which should come the same. So the total in this solution of the liabilities is 3,95,000, and on the asset side the total again is 3,95,000. Basically, when the total is the same on both the sides, it's a proof that your solution is correct. ये एक ऐसा मौका पल होता है जहां पर हर कॉमर्स का बच्चा जो फाइनल अकाउंट्स करता है बहुत प्रसन्न होता है, क्योंकि इतना जो मेहनत वो कर रहा था वो सही आ गया. Okay students, now that we have ended with our first solution, we have taken a bit of extra time, I fully understand that, but in accounts it is, at least for the first sum, it is not possible for me to solve it like a 15-second TikTok video. I hope that you fully understand that. So we can gladly go ahead and get our last step ticked. and this brings to end our first question. Before I end this video in some time, I'm giving you a gift for the weekend, which is going to be your first homework, a question which is very, very similar to what I have solved right now. So the homework goes like this. Suresh and Ramesh are partners sharing profit and losses in the ratio of 1:1, which means the fraction will become half and half. This you use when you get net profit for distribution among the partners. From the following trial balance and additional information, prepare trading profit and loss account and the balance sheet. Now very quickly, let me go through the entire question for you. The markings are already done, so don't worry. We will not be taking much time in this. Stock, it is on the first, which is opening stock. Therefore, it is transferred to the trading account. Purchases are goods that you buy for production, which is again connected to trading account. What does dock charges mean? Sometimes your raw material comes from abroad via a ship and it lands up at the dockyard. For clearing it from the dock authorities, you have to pay them. If you do not pay them, then the raw material will not come to your factory and production will get held. That is called as dock charges. It is paid for production, before production. Therefore, it is trading. Import duty. Import is obviously done before production so that the raw material is available. Therefore, it is again connected to production, and that is trading account. Audit fees is paid to a chartered accountant who checks accounts in an office. Therefore, it is profit and loss. Sales return is subtracted from sales, which is written in trading account. Salaries is paid to employees of the office, therefore written in profit and loss account. Bad debt is something that happens after production. Therefore, it is written in profit and loss account. Please remember, we have a formula for that. The first stands for B for bad debts. In this, you will place bad debts. Rent, if no information is given, we assume it to be office rent and then we write it in profit and loss account. If specifically factory rent is mentioned, then we will write it in trading account. Wages is paid to workers for production. Therefore, we write it in trading account. What does goodwill mean? Any person, any sports personality, any film personality, when they have done good work for multiple years, they make a good name for them in the market. They make a good reputation for them in the market. And because of that reputation, उनका पिक्चर बड़े आसानी से चल जाता है. जो भी पिक्चर में वो एक्टिंग करते हैं, वो पिक्चर डेफिनेटली अच्छा कमा लेती है. तो ये गुडविल उस एक्टर को काम आता है. इसके लिए वो फ्यूचर में बेनिफिट देता है. Therefore, asset. लीगल चार्जेस का मतलब क्या है? दैट विच यू पे टू द वकील, जो आप एडवोकेट को पैसा देते हो और एडवोकेट का माइंड आपको यूज करना है. देयरफॉर वो प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट में होता है. कैश इन हैंड, कैश जो अपने पास है, अपने बटवे में है, वो हमको कल फायदा देगा. और कैश एट बैंक, ये भी हमको फायदा देगा. इसके लिए ये दोनों एसेट है. डिलीवरी वैन, अगर डिलीवरी वैन नहीं होगा, KFC के पास नहीं होगा, मैकडॉनल्ड्स के पास नहीं होगा, पिज्जा हट के पास नहीं होगा, तो फिर वो घर की डिलीवरी बिल्कुल नहीं कर पाएंगे. तो वो उनको डिलीवरी वैन, उनका जो वो बाइक होता है, उनका जो वो कार होता है, जो साइकिल होता है, जो डिलीवरी के लिए यूज करते हैं, वो उनको कल परसों फायदा देता है. इसके लिए वो एक एसेट है. मशीनरी हमेशा एक एसेट रहा है, वो कभी बदलेगा नहीं. डेटर्स मतलब कस्टमर्स, कस्टमर्स है तो ही बिजनेस का फ्यूचर है. तो कस्टमर्स बिजनेस के लिए अच्छे हैं, इसके लिए एसेट. ये हो गया डेबिट साइड. नाउ ऑन द क्रेडिट साइड, सेल्स इज गुड्स विच आर सोल्ड फ्रॉम योर फैक्ट्री, देयरफॉर इट विल गो टू ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट. परचेस रिटर्न इज सब्ट्रैक्टेड फ्रॉम परचेसेस विच इज रिटन इन ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट. बैंक लोन, पैसा तो बैंक से ले लिया, बट वो आपका पैसा नहीं है, कभी ना कभी तो आपको लौटाना ही है, फ्यूचर में पेएबल है, इसके लिए लाइबिलिटी. क्रेडिटर, क्रेडिटर कौन है? जो दूध वाला भैया है, जो न्यूज़पेपर देता है, ये सारे लोग आपको आज माल दे देते हैं और 1 महीने के बाद आएगी पैसा लेने के लिए। तो ये जो लोग हैं ये पेएबल है, इसके लिए ये लाइबिलिटी है। कैपिटल, सुरेश रमेश ये क्वेश्चन में ओनर है, ये उनका ओपनिंग कैपिटल है। तो जब आप पार्टनर्स कैपिटल अकाउंट बनाते हो, पी कैप, पार्टनर्स कैपिटल अकाउंट, this will be transferred to the credit side of partners capital account. You will write there by balance brought down. If there is any confusion, you can always look at the video that you have just now seen. It will explain to you the placements of these items. After trial balance, we have adjustments. I have kept the adjustments simple and similar to the question that we have solved. Closing stock, you don't have to mark anything. There are 2 effects similar to what we have just now solved. The same for depreciation. Machinery, we have a star for machinery. Delivery van, we have a star for delivery van. So please remember, you have to leave 1 line for them. You have to give 2 effects for depreciation. Goods of 5,000, 4,000 taken by Suresh and Ramesh. There are 2 effects to this. There is no need to do any star marking for that. First effect is in trading account credit side because goods are taken away, and second effect, it is drawings for the partners, therefore it will come in partners capital account debit side. Outstanding salaries, we have marked salaries. What does outstanding mean? आज का खर्चा जो प्रॉमिस किया है कि आप कल पे करोगे, तो पगार तो आज का है, इसके लिए आउटस्टैंडिंग प्लस होता है, और क्योंकि आपने प्रॉमिस किया है कि आप कल दोगे, उसका सेकेंड इफेक्ट पेएबल मतलब बैलेंस शीट में जाता है. दिस इज द एक्सप्लेनेशन ऑफ द होमवर्क फॉर यू. Thanks a lot, every one of you, for all the time that you have given me, and I hope to meet you very soon.